in type 1, what happens in patients with type 1 is that their own immune system attacks their pancreatic beta cells, which is located in your pancreas. And your beta cells produce insulin. And insulin is essentially, I like to think of it like the lock and key that opens up the cells. So it's the key that has to go in and unlock the cell for glucose to enter and be utilized as energy. So if you don't have insulin, you essentially will have no energy. You won't be able to catabolize any of your glucose. And so that is a fatal condition. And that's why you would get diagnosed with type 1. And you have to take exogenous insulin injections to make up for those lost cells.
Gotcha. And so you'll have to excuse me because I mean, other than like a baseline knowledge of
Yeah, yeah,
of
no,
type 1
you're
diabetes
sneeze.
and it being like an autoimmune condition, right? So we've learned things like your immune system at some point for some people will attack the islet cells, the insulin producing cells and cause this disease. Do we know more? I feel like when I learned about this coming through school, there wasn't, I don't know. To me, it just maybe feels a little bit mysterious of like why the immune system would start attacking, that it was just sometimes it does. Do we know more now about why it does, like when it gets triggered?
Yeah, that's a really great question. And honestly, it's pretty still unknown in the field, although there's a lot of evidence pointing towards viral infections. Obviously,
Mm,
genetic susceptibility plays a role, environment plays a role. And for each individual person, it may be a different cause. And that's what makes this disease so complicated. And finding a root cause and it being the only cause is likely not what it's going to be. And so, that's why now we're focused on creating treatments that are aimed at basically just replacing those dead cells and protecting them from those T cells that for some reason didn't like your original beta cells. So, stem cells are a type of cell that can be turned into any type of cell in your body. We're working on creating those islets that are destroyed in your pancreas, and specifically the beta cells within the islet. In the lab, it is about a month-and-a-half process to actually turn those stem cells into pancreatic islet cells that produce insulin. I add different factors to basically turn different genes on and off while I'm going through this differentiation that basically drive them towards becoming those pancreatic islet cells.